Professor Nickel. So this is my in-person audience right there. And here's my Zoom call. There's here. And here's the next page. And the next page. As reported by the Kantar World Panel Beverage Consumption Panel Survey, 85% of Americans over the age of 2 consume at least one caffeinated drink per day. The FDA recommends that humans should intake no more than 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. Yet, there are many coffee and energy drinks that almost exceed that in only 12 ounces. A number of us rely on a hot cup of coffee in the morning to start our day, myself included. However, caffeine has a variety of effects on the body, aside from keeping you awake. It is considered a central nervous system stimulant, but the effects of caffeine go beyond just the brain. We've all heard that too much caffeine isn't good for your health, but still, people like police officers, medical staff, and army personnel consume up to 1,000 milligrams a day. I understand the appeal of caffeinated drinks, such as coffee, because I myself am an avid coffee drinker. Having said that, I have also experienced some of the negative effects that caffeine can have on your body. It is important to be informed on the effects of what you put into your body, because too much caffeine can have damaging effects on the nervous system. It can cause withdrawal symptoms and possibly cause an overdose. Too much caffeine poses threats to the nervous system, such as anxiety and irritability. People with anxiety should avoid drinking a lot of coffee because it can worsen the symptoms, as well as any other caffeinated beverage. In the experiment titled Psychopharmacology, Anxiety, Sensitivity, and Expectation of Arousal Differentially Affect the Respiratory Response to Caffeine, research has shown that just by taking in 300 milligrams of caffeine, that can double an individual's perception of stress. If you drink too much caffeine, you can also give yourself insomnia. Overindulging in caffeine can cause headaches. This mostly happens because the blood vessels in your body get used to the effects of the caffeine. So when you abruptly stop drinking caffeine, you'll start to experience headaches that can be quite severe. This is referred to by Healthline as withdrawal. Withdrawal from caffeine can be quite uncomfortable. You will experience severe migraines that start in your eyes and move to the front of your head. I recently went without caffeine for a few days, and I experienced the most painful headaches that I have ever had, and they tend to turn into migraines, causing me to throw up. I had the symptoms for about 3 days straight. Withdrawal can also cause insomnia, and I was also afflicted with this, and I was constantly being woken up throughout the night. The withdrawal effects that caffeine can have seem to be the worst case scenario, but it doesn't stop there. Surprisingly, you can overdose on caffeine. This is fatal. Overdose is more likely to occur from consuming around 1,000 milligrams, as mentioned before, that police officers, medical staff, and army personnel consume daily. And this is reported by Caffeine Informer, but Healthline reported that overdose can occur from ingesting anywhere over the FDA recommended limit, which is 400 milligrams per day. So anywhere from about 500 to 1,000 milligrams can cause an overdose. Symptoms of caffeine overdose include dizziness, diarrhea, increased thirst, insomnia, headache, and irritability. Overdosing is extremely rare, but many people know that it is possible. Many people do not know that it is possible. It is possible because caffeine is technically a drug. There are so many dangerous aspects to caffeine that people do not know. In conclusion, I am presenting this information in order to inform more people on the dangerous effects of caffeine. Those unfortunate effects include, but are not limited to, nervous system damage, as in irritability, anxiety, headaches, and withdrawal, which those symptoms include dizziness, nausea, migraines, and overdose, which is fatal. I have experienced some of the negative effects myself, and it is something a lot of people should be careful of. Just remember, those daily cups of coffee can add up to something very dangerous in the long run. Thank you. And this is my Zoom audience again. There is the first page. There's another page. And the last page. And then that is my in-person audience. Thank you, Professor Nickel.